This podcast was previously recorded.
You're listening to the Odo Show podcast, your source for real cleaning talk and tips. Presented by Odoban, the original odor eliminator since 1980. Here are your hosts, Val and Dave.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the studio. Are you ready to talk pets? We love our pets, but they sure can be messy.
Yep.
And smelly.
Why are you looking at? Oh, you're talking about my buddy Ralph, aren't you? Yeah. Did you guys see Ralph, the dead fish in the intro there?
Oh.
So we're starting a new segment this episode. It's going to be called "Can You Odoban It?"
I'm thinking not. I don't know.
We'll see. Ralph's been in a closed container out in the sun, in the Georgia sun, for 48 hours.
I'm excited about this episode.
This is going to be a fun one, yeah.
I really am. You know what? Because I've been a pet lover all my life, and I currently have.
You've got a zoo, yeah.
A zoo, a farm. I don't know what you would call it.
A lot of pets.
Yeah, I do. But you know what? I've got 2 rescue cats. I've got a neighborhood cat that comes up, and the whole neighborhood feeds him, and the whole neighborhood has named him, and it's always a different name. He's got Skillet, Bonus. Somebody calls him Bonus. I call him Rupert. That sounds kind of snobby, but I was into British, watching British shows and stuff. No.
We don't do the big menagerie. We've got one dog, my boy Cooper. I call him my little buddy, but he's 75 pounds, a big, heavy rescue mutt. Getting rescue animals is always important to me. And animal rescue is really important to us here at Odoban, too. We do a lot of work with those groups and are proud to say that. I love that dog. My wife and I both do, but he gets a little smelly sometimes. He likes to go out in the yard and roll in the dead stuff. You know how that is? You got a dead squirrel out in the yard and the dog finds it and rolls on it. We call him Stinky Puppy about half the time.
Oh.
The longer you have them, they get more nicknames, right?
Yeah, we have Moon Pie is called Poopers.
So, are you guys cat people or dog people? What's your choice? You can tell a lot about people by what kind of pets they like.
Yeah, so give this a lot of thought.
Yeah, you a cat person or a dog person?
I would say currently a cat person, just because I have cats and no dogs.
Gotcha. I was a cat person when I was younger, and then I married my lovely wife, and she's a dog person, so I was retrained. I am now a dog person. So you think
wives have a way of doing that.
They do. They say dog people tend to be a little more outgoing, a little more lively. They enjoy the social situations.
Yeah.
Cat people, on the other hand, tend to be pure evil.
What?
Just kidding.
Oh, seriously?
Okay. Cat people tend to be a little more introspective, but they're better planners and tend to look long range a little more. Maybe it's true. Maybe it's not.
I don't know. I'm kind of thinking if that's the case, then I'm a dog person.
You never know.
I'm more social. Whatever.
You never know.
What about bird people?
Bird people are just flighty. I'm kidding.
I know some bird people.
Yeah, dadjokes.com. Sorry.
All right. Well, you are a laugh riot and everything, but let's get serious again. The main reason why we're here is to talk about pets and to talk about the mess challenges that they have. We love them, but we've talked to some of our Odo bandits. We polled them, and they say that their number one challenge is pet odors. Odors. Dave, the chemist, what is up with the pet odor?
So pet odors are a hard thing in a home because, our pets go everywhere. They're on the furniture, they're running around everywhere, and they tend to leave little bits of themselves, fur and dander everywhere they go. And, pets generally don't shower as often as humans do. Try not to think about it. And so, if they're not washing as often as we are, they're going to end up smelling a little funky. Now, there's several tips we can help you out with to help tamp down those pet odors around the home, because even if they're not leaving messes on the floor, your house is going to smell a little funny. You ever think you're okay, and then you come home with a friend at some point, and you walk in the house, and you're like, oh, God, it smells like dog in here.
All of a sudden, you're aware of everything wrong in your house. And the pet odors are a bad
Slaps you right in the face.
Yeah.
So the first thing is wash your pet.
Wash them both.
Now, the trick here is don't wash them too much, but wash them enough. It's always hard, different breeds.
How do you figure that?
Different hair lengths. It's always kind of a game to figure out, do you need to wash a pet or not? In general, they say you want to wash a dog at least every 3 months, but probably no more often than every 2 weeks. Always talk to your vet if your dog has some sort of special issue. I love it on the American Kennel Club on their website says, if you can't stand to hug them, it's time to wash them.
Yeah.
That's pretty good advice.
Yeah, and that comes with family members too.
Yeah, that's true. The other thing is you got this pet fur and dander everywhere. You got the little fur tumbleweeds that roll across the floor. I hate those.
Yeah.
You got to vacuum and you got to dust frequently.
Yeah.
As big a drag as that is. Now, the key is if you're going to vacuum, make sure you're using a HEPA filter in your vacuum cleaner. That extra level of filtration tamps down that pet dander, keeps it from blowing around the house, and just getting spread around.
Once we started using vacuum cleaners like that, I noticed a big difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
Mhm.
Now, here's a pro tip. You guys have pet beds, I'm guessing, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
got beds for your cats and your dogs to lay on. You don't want them to be uncomfortable. Well, if you've got pet beds, or like us, you have a spoiled dog that gets on the furniture, make sure you get a washable cover for your pet bed, or you put out blankets or something on the sofas. That way you've got a washable surface. When it starts to get funky, you can just take it and throw it in the washing machine. Now, here's the tip. Odoban concentrate works great in the rinse cycle or the softener cycle to knock out those tough odors. Everything comes out smelling fresh and clean, and the whole house smells great.
Yep, and I use that even just in our regular laundry too.
Yeah, it works great in laundry all the way
Yep.
around.
So that comes to our number 2 problem is pet accidents and stains.
Yeah, can we call that a number 2 problem? Pet accidents and stains. You know, no matter how long you have the pet, eventually you're going to have a present on the floor. You're going to have muddy paw prints all over the place. You're going to have some sort of accident. You know, I used to have a cat that would sit in the litter box and poop outside the litter box. I don't know what's up with
Cats are
that.
complicated.
Cats are odd.
So maybe I'm a cat person.
Maybe you are a cat person.
Maybe.
So the first thing you can do for these accidents is, if you have a chance, prevent it. Not always possible, but we put down a rubber mat where the cat was pooping outside the litter box. At least it lands on the rubber mat. It's a little easier to clean up. Diaper. They do sell those.
I put one on my tortoise.
There you go, tortoise.
Yep. Yeah, I do. I like fold up a piece of paper towel and I'll tape it to the top of his shell, underneath his tail, onto the bottom, and let him walk in the
So
house.
turtle pee's an issue?
Yeah. And
Okay.
and their poo is not pleasant either.
Turtle poop.
Turtle
Okay, maybe
poop.
we'll use that in a future episode for Odoban, turtle poop.
Always try to be neat.
The other thing we do with our boy Cooper, when he's coming in from outside.
Out from in?
Out from in.
In
When he's
from
coming in from outside, he ends up with muddy paws. Likes to track mud all over the carpet, right? So we keep a towel and a washcloth and a bottle of water by the back door. That way, if he comes in muddy, we can wet down the washcloth, scrub his
That's
paws,
smart.
dry him off. That way,
That's
you're not
smart.
tracking mud everywhere.
Yeah.
So the first step to cleaning up those things is, if you can prevent it, prevent it. The second one is, you're not always going to have that option. Sooner or later, you're going to find that present on the floor when you come home. Get on it as quick as you can. For a stain, you need to be Johnny on the spot.
that goes
Literally.
for puke too.
The spot. Get it, Johnny on the spot.
Johnny
Nah.
Spot, ha ha ha! You're such a funny guy, Dave.
So I like to keep a bottle of cleaner and a rag where I can get to it on a short notice. You go ahead and clean those messes up, get rid of the problem as quick as you can. It prevents it from being a stain. Now, if you do have something dry on the carpet, you don't want to grind it into the carpet. You want to try to lift that soil off the carpet. Now, one of the great things you can do here, pro tip, is to use an old butter knife. So use that knife, lift the soil up, throw that away, then clean the remaining spot. Now, here's the second pro tip. When you're cleaning carpet, never scrub it. Never get down there and really grind it in. You want to use the cleaner and then dab. You want to pat the stuff. Always pat the carpet, never rub it. Rubbing's bad, patting's good. The reason is carpet's made up of millions of little fibers. And you get down there and scrub it real hard, well, you crush all those fibers down. You can actually create a spot on your carpet that's not a stain. It's just because the fibers are all messed up.
You're going to look like a curly girl on a humid day.
Excellent point.
Yes.
So always pat and never rub. That's key on that. The last thing you can do is when you choose a stain cleaner, find one that uses a chemistry that breaks down the stains. Those stain molecules can be broken down so they don't have any color. You don't have a stain anymore. I really like our Pet Oxy Stain Remover. I use this all the time. Stuff's fantastic. The hydrogen peroxide in it actually breaks down those stain molecules and those odor molecules and lifts them out of the carpet so they actually aren't stains or odors anymore. It's fantastic.
That's right. I love this stuff. This really, really works. And when we polled our Oda Bandits and asked them what their favorite, go-to pet cleaner is, this was kind of far down on the list. And honestly,
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that.
I honestly think the reason why is because not everybody knows about it.
That's true. And this really is one of my, I've mentioned in one of other episodes, we make things all the time and sometimes they just work better than we think they do. This works great. Works
Yeah.
great on pet stains and regular carpet stains
Yep.
too.
And this is at Home Depot and HomeDepot.com as well.
It is. Now you may notice on this product, we also have the Safer Choice certification.
I love that about this product.
Yeah,
that
this
was
is-
one thing that drew me to it.
This is something we get questions about all the time here at Odoban is how do we make sure we're cleaning safely around our pets? Is Odoban
'Cause that's
safe to use
important.
around pets?
That's important.
It is important. The pets, they're members of the family at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
So the first tip is look for some of these certifications. Read the directions on the package. A product's going to tell you if it's okay to use it around your pets and use it the way it tells you to. These certifications tell you that this is a class-leading product. It's safe around your kids and your family. So
Yep.
that's a great one. Now, the second thing is, pets have a real sensitive skin chemistry. I mentioned that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They react differently to the things than we do. So anytime you're cleaning an area, make sure you let that area dry before you let your pets back in.
Right.
That way they're not coming in contact with the liquid cleaning chemicals. They're not going to get it on their paws and chew on their paws later and that sort of thing.
And something like this, some of the products that we have, in order for it to be totally effective, it needs to dry as well.
Yep, continues to work as it dries.
Yes.
Now, the other thing you can do here is if you're cleaning with products and you have birds, make sure you move your birds out of the area.
Yes.
Almost any cleaning
Good
product
point.
out there can be bad for birds. Birds are really sensitive to chemicals. So please be really careful with those.
And if you have fish tanks, make sure that they're covered if you're going to be spraying anything in the air, because that lands on the surface and that can be a problem.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So we hope you guys have picked up some good tips on cleaning up those pet issues. Now that brings us to the segment I've been looking forward to.
I was trying to
You were
draw
stalling,
that out. I
weren't
was.
You didn't want to deal with Ralph.
No.
So our new segment is Can You Odoban It? This is where we put Odoban up against the toughest smells, the toughest cleaning problems on the planet, as suggested by you guys out there in listener land. So let us know in the comments what you want us to clean. So you may have seen on the intro video, we took Ralph, our stunt fish,
He doesn't look that way anymore.
and we stuck him in a box, left him out in the Georgia sun for 48 hours. This is rough, people. So we're going to put Odoban up against You think he'll clean it? You think he'll kill that smell?
No.
Fixing to find out. Here we have our buddy Ralph.
Oh, God.
Ralph in a sealed box, ladies and gentlemen.
That's not very sealed.
It's not very sealed. Okay, so you ready?
No.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, my God.
Whoa, that's bad.
That's really bad.
The first step to getting rid of the worst odors is always clean the area, right? So I'm going to dump Ralph out in a box, and Ralph just splashed me. Oh,
Talk
God, that's
faster.
disgusting.
Talk faster.
So I'm going to hit him with our Odoban eucalyptus ready to use. This eucalyptus scent tackles the toughest odors.
It truffles. Yes, it does.
So imagine this is the trash can in your house, for instance. Got it all sprayed down. We're going to hit it with a little air freshener here in the air.
A lot of air freshener, please.
Actually, you know what? That actually worked. I'm not
Is
kidding.
this a trick?
No, check it out. It actually worked.
Oh, my God.
You could almost wear that as a hat now.
Go ahead.
No, I don't think I will.
Go ahead.
I'll pass on that.
Oh, you deserve to wear that as a
Wow,
hat.
that was... Okay, I got to cover up him in the trash can down here. Yeah, that's much better. Him in the trash can is bad.
I'm having
All right,
flashbacks,
guys,
man.
that's our first segment of Can You Odoban It? Remember, if you can't stand it, Odoban it. So if you have anything you want to see us tackle and smell, send it to us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And we're going to have Dave do it.
And I'm not going to get to do it, and you're going to bail out on me, aren't you?
I'd like to, but I guess I signed up for this.
All right, guys. Well, this has been our pet episode. We've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Until next time, make life fresh.
Thanks for listening to The Odo Show, presented by Odoban. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, make life fresh.